Hello, planner friends. It's me, Paula. I am back today. I mentioned a little bit last time, I am new to YouTube and just giving myself a space to talk planner things because I love being here and watching videos of other planners. So this is me here and making that attempt. So my first video was finding my way from a full 8.5 by 11 size planner down to an A6 for this year. So, and that happened in the month of January. So I was going to do a setup video today on my Wonderland 222 A6, which I am entirely in love with at this point in time. I'm really enjoying it. Anyway, so A6 cover that I actually got on Mercari from someone getting rid of one. My planner clip here is from Nonies Custom Creations on Etsy. I got a few of them, but this kind of embodies my sense of humor a little bit. I have a plastic cover on it that I'm entirely blanking on what the like the brand name is, but it's on Amazon. I've got the stickers. These both came with the planner, so I have those on there. Here inside my cover, these are some freebies that I got with orders from Nicole Hutch Designs. This is my Power Sheets Word of the Year that I put on the Word of the Year thing with my own. Just made that on my Cricut. I've got Planner Kate washi dashboard kind of behind that. Didn't do the greatest job. It was my first time trying, so it's always interesting. I already tore out a page here because I didn't like what I had put in there. Excuse me. This is the blank page, and then going in here to this would be the index pages that I don't do any indexing. I kind of started and whited out. I'm pretty sure you can probably see that here in the video, but I just decided that indexing really isn't how I do anything. So I took the 3 index pages and quartered them for each month, and then just put birthdays in my family. I have a very large family, as you can see. If I were doing this again, I probably wouldn't put as many in there because I do have a master book of birthdays, anniversaries, those kinds of things, in a plum paper address book that has spots for dates at the back. So I probably wouldn't put them all in here again because I don't really need to reference all of these, but they're in here. It is what it is for this year, not a big deal. I've never really used this other than, or the at a glance years for anything, but I did decide to try to put in here some things. So I have, the dot markers. I've got the yellow for no school days, which I'm just doing for this year, but work holidays for myself I have in all 4 years in pink, just trying that out. I was really excited about this page, but not really sure what to do with it. So I have been on a weight loss journey for a little over a year now, and fall and winter I really just kind of enjoyed the holidays and resting there for a while. So I'm getting back in the swing of things, so I'm doing some weight tracking. I don't weigh myself often, but if I look at I can look at it here at the entire year at a time. So this, I have never seen this in a planner before, but this is super exciting. Wasn't the reason that I came to this planner, but getting in here, stoked about it. There are so many things that I have tracked for years in my other planners, but they were either written on a monthly page or somewhere just on the weekly, like on the date that it occurred. And so it required a lot of flipping through to go back and reference when those things happened. Last time I got a pedicure, a wax, a massage, when I got my wedding ring inspected, when I wash sheets, things, yearly membership, things that I pay every 6 months or every year, the last haircut, my son, the last time he got a haircut, my husband's dentist. So in here I have this is when I'll be due for a dentist appointment, when my kids will be due for a dentist, when my husband will be due. Again, more bills that we only pay twice a year. Reminders, when I pay my insurance, which is twice a year, I have to get those papers to our secretary at work because it's required for my job. Just those things that I need to track and need reminders of, but I was tracking them in my monthlies, or weeklies, which was a lot of flipping through. So very excited about the quarterly pages. This was just something I did to cover up some of the December. I didn't actually get this planner till the end of January. If I had gotten it in December, I might have moved in, but I didn't have it. So I'm just doing a listening to, watching, reading. I don't watch a lot, and I love reading, but it's very hit and miss, and right now it's miss. But I probably won't have nearly enough pages in what I'm listening to because I spend all of my free time, drive time, background noise being podcasts, mainly of the true crime variety. So just tried that, just cut. I have some full sheets of sticker paper and I just cut them and put them in there. These were some random things I had left over from kits. So the routine tracker, super excited about that. Just some random things. One of my kiddos has some issues with bowel movements, so I was tracking when she gets Miralax, when she uses the bathroom. And then I also have my daily tasks on here. I do some modified Fly Lady routine type stuff. So I've got swish and swipe, my dishwasher, my 5-minute tidy, cleaning the kitchen floor and the counters after meals, or after supper, and prepping our coffee for morning. I don't know, just tracking those kinds of things. I played around with weekly and monthly things on that tracker, didn't totally like it. So I'm just trying to get an idea of what all needs to be tracked on that. So I just have a little bit set up for March, but I'm only taking it 1 month at a time because I don't know yet just how I'm going to end up doing this tracking. So waiting till I get into it. Made myself a wish list of larger purchases that I would like to make at some point, and you know, they're just written down there for, you know, whatever reason. Home projects, different things that we keep talking about, and at some point I want to do. I just actually did this today, covered these 2 pages with sticker paper. It was the December monthly. Just coupon codes. I saw this somewhere. So there's coupon codes from places that I order from a lot. These were the December weeklies, so I just covered them up, made a spread for each of my kids, and then a page for my husband and I, just random things. Not sure if I'm going to use them, but like we all got sick. So dates that we were sick, all but this kiddo got sick. And so she had a random weird breakout of a rash that I'm just random notes about individual people. Not really sure how or if that's going to go or if that's going to be useful, but I had the pages and I thought I would put them, something on them that I might use as opposed to the weeklies that were in December that I'm definitely not using. Just jotting down a future log. I've never had one of those, but we'll see, 2024 type things. I got a vellum for every month of the year, and that is from Arts by Hannah K on Etsy. Very cute. I've never done that before. I didn't do a great job of tipping in. It's a new thing for me, so I'm working on that a little bit. But I didn't do anything with the January overview page. It was the last week of January before I got into my planner, so I will use those in the future, but definitely not currently. So this is kind of how I utilize my monthly. I just did a little bit of planner Kate washi in this, you know, little side area here. Kind of made for notes, and then in the areas and the other ones where the days from the previous and the next month, so that the only days that are available are the months or the days of the current month. So just big events go on here, things that are out of the ordinary, no school days. We were out of town, a birthday party. Teaching religion, so just things that are out of the ordinary for the day, for the month. Sorry about that interruption. My kids were playing with Play-Doh downstairs and came up to share some things with me. So my monthlies just have things that would be out of the ordinary, big special events at a glance. For the month, I get into the weeklies, and I very much use weeklies. This was all back planned, so these weren't weeks that I was actually in the planner. So I believe this was the first week that I was actually in the planner. So I write down everything in an hourly format. I do everything hourly. I have appointments a lot for work. I have not yet figured out how to not put my work appointments in here as well, because it's not as simple as, I mean, my hours are 7:30 to 4:30, but a lot of things depend on where I'm at because I travel so much. Within the service area of where I cover. So like I need to know where I'm going to be, like whose house I'm going to be at, for me to be able to know like what time I will actually be back in town if I need to schedule a personal appointment or something like that. So I've not really figured out a good way to do that. Still something I'm trying to figure out as to how to, because this is my personal planner, but it does still have work appointments in it because I don't know how else to do it. I just did an order tracker for the month of January. Here's another vellum, again from Arts by Hannah K. They're all from there. Highly recommend. Very cute. I do power sheets, or I'm doing power sheets for this year, so I kind of tried to move some of the things into my February overview to be a tending list. I don't love it. I'm not sure how to do it going forward because I like the power sheets and I like the tending list, but I don't refer back to it often enough, nor do I plan in a size planner where I can put the tending list in it anymore. It was washied in the back of my plum paper when I was in that in January. That is no longer the case. So I'm just trying to figure out how to put everything in here. Again, with the monthly and the weekly. So I added some more. All this washi is Planner Kate. She had a sale of things that were from previous years, like being discontinued, and I bought a lot when they were on sale because that's kind of how I roll. The only thing that I don't love about the A6, it's not that the weekends are stacked, that doesn't really bother me, but I still function so much on hourly layout, and there's just not enough room to capture the whole day. So I just do the hours, and again, we're not super busy on weekends, I have little kids, but it doesn't really get enough for an early activity and a late activity if that is something that is happening in any given week. This week I was all up in it. In the top section, I use that for something that's on as a work from home day. That's who's getting the kids on the bus. That's a payday, something specific to that day. In the bottom, I've been kind of playing around. I do go a little bit later than 5 because like I teach class on Wednesdays, or like I'll put my workouts in on some of the other days. But overall, I don't have a whole lot. I mean, those are my work hours. A lot of our more social events are like on Fridays or on the weekend because those are the days that I don't work, but I put down, workouts, and I've been trying to do more with meals with like a red dot down there. And I was doing some zone cleans in there, which I didn't follow through with. I've kind of gotten off of the thing there, but so the top row is with something that's day specific, out of the ordinary or specific to that day. I plan within the hourly, sometimes a little bit down into the bottom, and then just a meal, a workout, whatever down in there. But I'm just, again, I've played around with some of the different things and how to get the weekends to maximize that use, and I just haven't yet figured it out. I do have an A5 in this that I got from a for sale group from someone who had bought it and decided not to use it. So I'm using that for work this year and trying that out to see how that goes because I wanted to try the size, which allows me a lot more room in the weekends, which doesn't matter because it is in, I still put all the same appointments in there because I just like to know what's going on, but that gives me a lot more room to plan in an hourly format. Makes me wonder if next year I'm going to end up in a B6 because it might be still a compact size, this compact enough size, but we'll also have a little bit more room in the weekend space for what I like. Anyway, so that's kind of how I do my weeklies and my monthlies, and I go through, like I said, I'm in my last, I'm very, very functional, so this is all decorated. Sometimes I get a little ahead of myself, but because if something comes up, I'm writing it. I got a note the other day that there was a conference that day, wrote it right in. Again, with the pen that I had nearest me, which happened to be a ballpoint pen, because I'm experimenting with different pens in here and how I like the way that they do, because I do not love how much the gel pens ridge. It's not the show through, but the ridging that bugs me. But anyway, so I'm just, I write everything in as it comes and not an acute plan with me. It's been a long weekend with my children. I just got a little distracted with a conflict they were having. So anyway, this is kind of how it's all set up. And then I go to, I just have tabs from Walmart down the side to mark each month because I like those tabbed out. I have another color tab here marking my weekly. I have a red tab marking where I'm at with the tracking, and then the yellow tab is where I'm at for dailies. So I started this off doing a personal daily. So until I got once I got the A5 work planner, I was doing my not work days, the daily in here, and work day dailies in here, to try to maximize the dailies in here, to try to get to a point where all I have to buy is the half year notebook to finish out the year. So it was just Friday, Saturday, and Sundays I was planning in here because those are the days that I do not work. So I use the hourly time block, and just, I'm a messy list person. I have quite a bit of stickers that I've bought on sale, not quite a bit, but some, and then freebies and just extra ones from kits. So like this morning, I did sit down and just kind of went through, and this was yesterday, this is today, and I just kind of prettied up some of the pages coming up just for fun. That's not typically how I plan. I mean, it is fun when I have time. It is not something that I do regularly. But anyway, so I did not enjoy just having this planner on work days, because some days I still have a personal to-do list, and I'm trying to keep personal things out of my work planner, because I don't want to have to reference that all the time. So, you know, I'll sometimes still have things that like I need to drop off at the bank or at the post office on a lunch break, or phone calls that I need to make on a break or before or after work or whatever. And so I was moving a sticky note, putting personal things on a sticky note and sticking that in there. I didn't love that either. So for this week, this was this weekend, this is tomorrow, which is a holiday for me for work, so it was a day off anyway. But for this upcoming week, I decided to give myself a page per day in here. So I will have kind of double planning, but one will be personal and one will be work related. And then I was like, I really don't need the time blocking in here and in my work planner for work. So the next week I was going to go into just having a list. I'm not going to use the time blocking on the daily page. I am just going to split the pages in half for work days and just have a to-do list that would be personal list things. And then all of my, appointments and everything obviously are in the weekly here, but would also be in my work daily. So I'm trying that out. We had a really long trip to Menards over the weekend to pick up some materials for something that we're building. And so I went and numbered this all the way through to where I'm going to be through June 3rd. So then I will probably have to do a few weeks of the split pages once I get the 6-month notebook as well, before I can go into a page per day, just because, to make sure that will get me through the rest of the year. So I'm still experimenting with that a little bit. And these, I couldn't even tell you, a lot of these stickers, a lot of Planner Kate stickers, that's Nicole Hutch Designs, that's Nicole Hutch Designs. That's Simply Smith stickers, I think. That's a Planner Kate freebie. I order a lot of things from Planner Kate, so that's where the majority of it is. I don't see, there's some Chrissy Ann designs as I've had. I don't know if they're in here or not, but I have ordered some Chrissy Ann design stickers. And I've also have some Orange Umbrella Co. But at the moment I'm having a hard time determining what that may be. Like those are Chrissy Ann Designs, those words. Anyway, so just wanted to hop on here and show what my setup looks like. It's getting pretty chunky with all the stuff that I have in it. I've got my Papermate Flare. I was really worried that was going to show through more on here, and it doesn't. So it actually is less distracting to me than the gel pen, because if I'm looking at a back of a page this one really bugs me. Back of a page that's gel penned up, I have a really hard time focusing where the back of the, so here's a bunch of, it just doesn't show through as much. The gel pen shows through it, like ridges through, which is a little more distracting to me. So I do use this for the most part. But I already have a lot that when I was doing the initial setup, that was with the gel pen, which is a Pentel Energel, are the ones that I use. But so yeah, that is currently my setup for my Wonderland 222 A6 everyday carry that I absolutely am in love with. So yeah. I will be back. I want to talk about where I've gotten on dailies this year, because it is February 19th and I have been through several dailies already this year before coming to this and finding it all in one book, which will eventually be 2 books when I have to get the companion notebook. But anyway, it's been a long journey for that. And I would also like to show my work planner and kind of show and compare how I do both of them together, the A5 and the A6. And maybe somebody somewhere has, you know, suggestions on how I can take my, you know, be able to have less of my personal, less of my work things in here than I already do, but just with time and travel. I'm just not sure that that's going to be totally doable, but anyway, thank you for stopping by. Again, this is just kind of a fun outlet for me, and, you know, being here with like-minded people, and love seeing everyone's setup, and so enjoyed showing mine today. I will put some of the information down in the description for the different shops that I mentioned of where I got different things. If you liked it, like it. Comment. I'd love to chat with anybody who, you know, has any feedback or anything else to say. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.